Well, this week we are celebrating love. After all, love is a many splendored thing.
So we asked a few people to share with us their memories and opinions on romance, passion, getting together, staying together, and of course, Valentine's Day.
So here are the friends of Live talking love, because they're all loving love. Take a look.
So the most interesting Valentine's story I ever had, I had just started dating this girl and I took her out for a drink. I was young, I was in law school, and I brought her a red rose and I thought it was very romantic. I didn't know her long enough to do something bigger. So we went for a drink, we were having a great time. I was thinking, this girl is so cool. And she went to the restroom. And while she was gone, I thought, well, why don't I take this opportunity to go to the restroom so we can chat more? And I go to the restroom, and when I come back, she's gone. And I say to the guy at the bar, do you know where that girl went? And he said, well, she came from the restroom, she went to the seat, she couldn't see you, she looked around, and she left. So I text her, and she never ever responded, and I never saw her again. And I think till this day she thinks I just walked out on her date, that it was that bad that I left when she went to the restroom. And, you know, I just want to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry, and I love you.
It's Valentine's Day. There's so many love songs out there, but my favorite love song would have to be My Endless Love, with Diana Ross singing it.
Two hearts that beat as one.
Because the words, just the music, just sends you into kind of a trancey, euphoric kind of vibe. So that's it. Two hearts that beat as one.
So I think of romantic foods, you know, I think the chocolates, the strawberries, and actually my wife definitely knows the way through my heart to my stomach, because she knows all my favorite desserts.
So I've been married to Lisa for 26 years. We've been together for 30. And on Valentine's Day, I think this year I'm gonna cook bolognese sauce for her.
Okay, so a favorite like the most romantic food you could give me would be some sort of waffle drenched in Nutella with strawberries on top. Something maybe if you could do it like in the shape of like a cute little dog, or maybe like a rainbow, and then on either side for the clouds you could have just like a giant dollop of whipped cream on either side. That would, you know, I don't know, get me to undress right away.
Let's see, my Valentine's Day memory would be I had just started dating my now husband, Freddie Prinze Jr. We were a month in, it was Valentine's Day, and I couldn't wait to see where he took me and what he planned. And he took me to the Daily Grill, which is basically a step up from a coffee shop, and then proceeded to leave me about an hour in because his god sister needed him. And yep, that was our first Valentine's Day, but you know, 22 years later, I think it ended okay.
So foods I wouldn't recommend eating on a date would be definitely anything with garlic. That's a huge no-no. That gets breath-y. You won't want to eat sloppy things like a taco, even though they're absolutely delicious. And I would say, you know, maybe also just stay away from soup, because nobody wants to hear like food, like Slurpee sounds on the first date.
Here are my tips for staying in love. I have two. The first one is always be kind to your partner. There's no need to be nasty. If you want something, ask for it, don't demand it. And the second one is... What's the second one? Nope, there is a second one. Hang on a sec. I'll get it in a second, I promise.
To be continued.
Hey, I'm Mark Consuelos of Valentine's Day Traditions. I like to get flowers for all the girls in my life, my wife, my daughter, my sister, my mom and my mother-in-law. I think it's always really, really special. And I just got a good tip from doing the show this week. I'm gonna take my wife back out to one of our first dates, one if by land, two by sea.
I have a great Valentine's Day memory when I was 16. My then boyfriend was, he was an interesting cat. I decided to get him flowers for Valentine's Day because I didn't know what else to get him. And he got them and he was like, wow, nobody gives guys flowers for Valentine's Day.
Hello, all you lovers out there. Happy Valentine's Day. To the men, I got a little advice. Live animals, cats, dogs. I once gave somebody a pony. Chicks dig it. You're welcome.
We've been married for 23 years.
I just remembered.
What?
Pick your battles. That was my second one. Pick your battles. Oh, I feel so much better.
Any excuse to be overly lovey-dovey or cheesy with a loved one is one of my favorite things. So I love Valentine's Day, and also any excuse, I think, to eat chocolate and drink wine.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.